Ms. Mitchell.
Good afternoon. This is a long process, but I understand there has to be complete clarity in everything that's been put forth. My name is Joni Mitchell.
Yeah, the microphone.
Oh, I'm loud enough. I may not need that.
We can hear you, but the people out on the internet can't.
Okay. Thank you very much for allowing me to speak today on school choice. My name is Joni Mitchell, and I'm honored to be here. I join you this afternoon from Houston Gateway Academy, a leading charter school over in the east end of Houston that serves and gives quality education to 2,300 students. I also join you as a proud mother that has 3 outstanding children who benefited from school choice. But most importantly, I join you today, this afternoon, as a voice of hundreds of parents who cannot afford to take off from work today. Fortunately, I was. And this testimony is for them. So my testimony got to be heard. Over 17 years ago, I was a mother looking for another option. The neighborhood schools were not meeting the educational needs of one of my children. So I began to look for other alternatives. I thought about private schools, but I couldn't afford them at that time. And I was introduced to charter schools, which I had no deep knowledge of at that time also. When I was introduced to Houston Gateway Academy in 1999, I enrolled both my children. And HGA has been my home since, and I've never looked back. It was only when I was put in charge of choosing my child's education environment that they really began to excel. My daughter, who struggled with dyslexia, began attending special classes, and they were designed to meet her needs. Her academics improved, her confidence soared, and she began to be the student I knew she was capable of being. She became attached to her learning environment. As a mother, I knew her needs better than anyone. I knew that she needed a little more attention in one area and less in another. It was my responsibility to advocate for her, and it was my right to transition her into a school setting that would ensure she would receive education that she deserves. These days, I work with parents from all walks of life, no matter where they live, how much money they have, or even the color of their skin. All parents want what's best for their kids, and that starts with an education. There are more than 100,000 mothers across the Texas like me looking for another option. At Houston Gateway Academy, we have over 100 students on our waiting list. And for every student, there is a mother who is waiting for a chance for her child. We cannot afford to allow them to wait any longer. Our children are suffering, and I hear mothers all the time that they feel lost or helpless because they don't know how to educate their child. They see their son or daughter falling behind the classrooms. They see them falling into a lifestyle that they have worked so hard to prevent from happening. More than anything, our parents want a better future for their children. They want so much more for their lives, and they understand that it's possible through school choice. A quality education is when you have a school choice. All too often I hear people make comments about parents don't know how to make that decision for their child. But they do. Let me tell you this. Parents have choices. We have choices. When we become engaged in our child's education, we are empowered. And when we are empowered, we are able to ask questions, and we become stakeholders in our education of our children. I've seen it happen, I've lived it, and my children have flourished in every area of their lives. Our families in Texas want more school choice. Each January, thousands of us stand on the steps of the Capitol and demand that our voices are heard. I've been coming to Austin for 3 years now, and I participated in this rally. And every year we cry out. We ask for more support. We ask for more options. We ask for more opportunities. And again, every year on the steps, when we cry out, we want school choice. When we want it now. We need school choice. By the time I finish this testimony, 10 students would have already decided to drop out of high school. That's one student every 26 seconds. And why they're dropping out, I'll tell you why. They feel hopeless. They feel like they're not worth a good education. And they rather just drop out and get a job to make ends meet. These students are desperate. Or worse, sometimes they fall into the streets, and eventually We have to build more jail cells or prisons instead of putting in school choice and putting in a great education. Members of this committee, I urge you to consider ways that we can prevent our future generations from falling into the vicious cycle. We must bring back hope to our students. We must put the control back into the parents' hands and not the government. We must empower the parents with more school choice. We must allow our students to learn in an environment that works for them. And this can happen through school choice. I want to leave you with one final thought. Right now, there are mothers in Texas just like me who want you to know that we are crying out for help, that we are pleading to this committee, that our children are lost to a system, that they are becoming statistics instead of graduates. And I know you guys want every child to be a graduate of high school and move on to a 4-year or 2-year college. Please use your platform to be the voice for the voiceless. Please consider ways to expand the school choice in Texas so that every child, regardless of how far down the road, if they may not be in their right grade level, that they can receive hope, that through an education, a quality education, they can receive. I want to thank you for allowing me to speak this afternoon. Please accept my apologies if my tone is not soft, but because of my passion and my dedication to be the voice for so many, I want you to know that we want school choice. We must have school choice. We need school choice. And we can continue to cry out, we want school choice and we want it now. Thank you and have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Ms. Mitchell.
You don't have to worry, Ms. Mitchell. We're used to the high tone at home.
I thought you did fine, thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, how fine?
That was very powerful. I really appreciate you having that testimony today, and I just want you to know that help is here, and help is certainly on the way, and we're going to
Thank
help
you.
any way we can.
Thank you.
I am, anyway.
You are not alone, Senator Huffines. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Mitchell, I would say, today we've spent the morning and early afternoon hearing from people who are used to testifying on school choice for it. I haven't heard any against it yet, but that is coming, I'm sure. We've heard from statisticians, senator from another state. We talk about parents' choice for children. You are the voice that we are working for. You presented the issue, the topic well. You shoulder to shoulder with everybody here testifying today, and we appreciate that. You did a very good job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Amen.
Senator Betancourt.
Ms. Mitchell, you have a famous songwriter namesake
Yeah.
who would probably invoke the term that you've looked at this issue from both sides now, and you come out for school choice.
Yes.
And you come out that way because I think, to quote your fellow panelist, you were looking for the highest quality opportunity for your kids, right?
Yes.
And that was your sole point that you
Yes.
were trying to do.
Yes.
Because you wanted them to be graduates and not statistics.
Yes.
Well, I think you could write a follow-on song anytime, Ms. Mitchell.
I will. Thank you.